Hello. I want to discuss something that I mentioned briefly in another video, and that's that I used to have roaches. Now, back in 1973, when I was about 21 months old, my family and I moved into this house in Bean Station, Tennessee. And when we moved into that house, we got roaches, and because they moved the furniture and stove and refrigerator out here, we brought the roaches out here as well. And we tried our best to get rid of those roaches, and nothing seemed to work. We hired an exterminator to come out here and spray. That Mom and Dad signed a contract for the exterminator to come out here is once a week or once a month to spray. And he admitted to Mom that we were being ripped off, because they signed a contract. They had to honor that contract, and he admitted it. Mom asked the exterminator, when you spray, will that get rid of our roaches? And he said, no, it'll just drive them back into the walls for about 6 months. Okay, we didn't want the roaches driven into the walls. We wanted them dead and gone. And they wouldn't do it. And then another exterminator from this same company had the nerve to come out here a few years later and ask Dad if they could start spraying out here again. And Dad was pretty upset. And he said, no, if I hire another exterminator, I'll hire Orkins. And that exterminator said, Orkins will beat you. Dad said, they can't do me any GD worse than you did. And Dad was so mad he told Mom he felt like jumping off that porch and beating the crap out of that man. And we tried everything to get rid of our roaches. We tried everything. We had the house sprayed. We set out roach motels, other roach traps. We plugged these devices in the walls that are supposed to drive the roaches out of the house. Nothing worked. And then I decided to try 2 bombs, but I was reluctant about doing this because I didn't think it would work. And this was my last hope. I was thinking, if I set off bombs and it don't get rid of them, there's no hope of getting rid of them. And I was reluctant. I was thinking, Randy, you have been plagued by roaches for over 40 years. Plagued by them. Like one time in 1974, 1975, I was drinking a Dr. Pepper. I set it down for a few minutes. When I come back and took a sip of it, I got a roach in my mouth and I had to spit it out. Yeah, it was disgusting. And I was thinking, Randy, setting out 2 bombs is not going to get rid of these roaches. You can't solve a problem that's been going on for over 40 years with 2 bombs. Well, then I set out the bombs, and I'll be damned, it killed every one of the roaches. Now, for the first day or two, it didn't seem to do much good because I still saw a bunch of roaches. But then, next thing I know, they're almost all gone. I saw one a week, and I would kill it. And about 3 or 4 weeks later, they were all gone. I'm guessing that they carried this poison back to the nest and it wiped them out. And there were some people crazy enough to make a movie about a man who had some pet roaches. And a movie critic, I think it was Gene Siskel, was laughing. He said that if he bought a $2,000 car, he would put more effort into getting a good car for $2,000 than they put the effort in to make a good movie, spending $30 million. And I agree. Because let me tell you something. Take it from a man who knows. Roaches are disgusting. You would have to be completely out of your mind to want to watch a movie about pet roaches. Okay? You would have to be insane to want to watch such a movie because roaches are disgusting. And praise the Lord, I got rid of my roaches in 2017. Now, every once in a while, I'll have a bad dream, and I'll dream that the roaches are back. And in my dream, I'm like, oh no, the roaches are back. Then I wake up and realize it's just a bad dream. And I'm so grateful that that's not real. And my advice to you, if you've got roaches, set out a couple of bombs. And what I've learned about roaches is that they stay where the food is. And so put the bombs where you keep your food, like in the kitchen and the living room, where the put it where the food is close. Because like if you set the bomb out in a bedroom where there's no roaches, it's not going to work. So if you got roaches, set the bombs to work close to where you keep your food. I mean, don't get the poison in your food, but keep it in the room that's close to your food where the roaches are at, and that should do the problem. And please don't hire an exterminator like we did to come and spray your house once a week, once a month. I don't think that'll work. Now, it's possible that if you put like a tent over your house and set out a bunch of poison inside, yeah, that might do it. Yeah, that might do it too. But I would suggest using the bombs first. They're like under $10. It'd be much cheaper than putting a tent over your house. But yeah, if you need to get rid of roaches, try the bombs. Well, this has been my video. Thanks for watching.